And we're on.
All right. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Dungeons and Dad Jokes. Um, Before we get started, it is official. We will be at River City Steampunk Expo. Check it out on our website, dndaddjokes.com. You can get tickets through there. There's a link on there. Just go to the updates
I looked,
page.
it was a
No,
missing link.
the coming events page. There was a missing link. Yeah, so check that out. We are going to be there. Ron and I both are running games. We're running at least one game every day, and then we'll fill in as needed. So check that out. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube, because if you're watching and you're not subscribed, shame on you. Subscribe. That way you can join in our live chat. Ooh. Any social media links and things like that you can find in our description or on the website, so check that out too. Is there anything I'm missing? I feel like I'm missing something.
I'm missing brain cells, so.
Well, still haven't found those marbles.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not missing all my marbles, but there is a hole in the bag.
All right. Well, we are going to go ahead and get started with tonight's episode. Oh, quick announcement. Next week, because Chuck and I will be in Ohio, we are going to attempt to play next week. However, if things go awry, technologically speaking, we may end up missing a week. So hop on, check us out. If you're watching us live, just check it out and see if we're on, because I can't guarantee that we're not going to be on, but we will be in different places. So, technology is fickle sometimes. So we're going to give it a go. So I just wanted to forewarn any of our watchers of that. So let's get started on tonight's episode, which is actually session 70 that I entitled Regroup, because I wasn't exactly sure what anybody was going to be doing. So what happened last time? The group, while waiting for information from Arias, because she went off to the city hall with Morgrim, busied themselves about the estate. Forsyth took a position on the roof to watch out for any that might approach and to keep an eye on those two scouts. Cadeth offered aid to the servants and other siblings about the house, filling in his time. Fix spent some time with Cybella, and Evangeline hung out in Gavian's room, mostly with her book and crystal ball. Evangeline used the crystal ball to find out about Gara's past and discovered that Gara was 13 when she watched her brother die in an icy pond before running for help. Shortly thereafter, she watched her 3-day-old baby sister when the castle was coming apart by a severe storm, which eventually killed her parents. And later saw her visiting her parents' graves, where she did notice that the gravestones' dates were centuries old. Later, she did hear Gara let Fune know that it is unsafe for people to know of her existence and that they would keep her quiet. In the book, Evangeline drew another picture. The picture that she drew was of a spherical machine floating in the center of a room surrounded by several panels of buttons, levers, and lights. Upon taking a closer look, she did see something move past porthole-like windows in the sphere, and got a general feeling that whatever was in there was controlling the panels. Through some research, discovered that this was most likely originally part of Siamum, which is now the obelisk of the water god. When Arias checked in with Fix, she let him know that Gara and Devakri were indeed at the city hall. And after some just dignitary and noble conversation going on in the meal, afterwards, Piff and Iam took Arias with Gara and Devakri into a courtroom where they found Ashuto holding Gidna and Fune kind of tucked in a corner. Through some accusations that Gara brought forth, Fix gathered the group and Joyve teleported them to the city hall, and Fix came in to combat these accusations and eventually got Gara backed into a corner where she had to admit some of what Fix had discussed was true. And they discovered through the use of the tiara that indeed Gidna did have a golden scarab attached to her. With that, Gera and her entourage disappeared. Kadeth later scried and discovered that all of them except Fune, although he didn't see Fune, she may be there but did not see her, had returned to Castle Aventur, back near Weirfall, and put them at ease that there was going to be no immediate attack. Through some discussion, Gidna has been left in the city hall for her protection and others. So she is being detained in the city hall, in the city jail. And the rest of you made your way back home, I believe. I'm assuming so. Yowzers.
Sorry.
That was
back home and
scary.
slam the door.
Hi.
That was it. We're done. And from here, I have no idea what you guys were going to do. I mean, I have things I can pull out, but I don't know where you guys are going from here. So you have made it back home to the estate. A couple of your siblings are standing there kind of waiting for a report. Well, they kind of got some information from Mom because she actually went home before you guys did. But what's up? What's the plan?
I thought I had come back and I dug out the ear and I just started berating her.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Well, your siblings will probably talk to Evangeline and Kadeth then because you're busy berating Gera. So, what's the plan?
Well, did we find out how the home fared while we were away?
Yeah, they will let you know that nothing happened here. Gavian sat on the roof after Forsyth left and kept an eye on the scouts and whatnot. Everything is the same as it was.
Okay, as I look around the roof, do I see anything more than the two idiots up there to the north?
Nope, you only see them. All seems fair.
I will obviously check on my nanite progress.
You reach into the bag to pull out your collective nanites, and you will pull out a good, probably an entire front panel, almost, of what would be a mantle.
Keep working, my little pretties.
Yeah.
Who needs a dog when you can have nanites?
Right. And I will also check with Gavian and make sure everything is well with him.
Mm-hmm.
That he's having no trouble.
No ill effect going on with this. Feeling pretty good, actually.
Good. That's excellent. Our plan is our plan just to hang for the night and wait and see.
I think for the night, yes.
And wait sees till in the morning.
I think after Fix is done berating Gira, I'll put the ear away.
Get
Get,
out of
you,
there.
you've got a little tickle in your throat. You've been talking a lot.
Well, he's typically, chanting and everything while he's foraging, so he's used to it. I don't remember, but I don't think Fix ever presented the necklace to Zybella. I think things kind of
Mm-mm.
went sideways with that.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, other things happened.
um, okay, Fix would know. Joe does not. How much time has passed? Like, how long have they been, like, quote unquote, seeing each other?
Well, from the first date until today, I feel like we
You and I went through all
we
this.
did go through a lot of this. Um, it has been 2 weeks since the attack on the Dirk Hall, since you guys took Reneo. Roughly, it's 2 weeks since then. So I would say
It feels like it should be a lot longer
I
than that.
know.
Like,
Maybe a
Well,
month
that's
or
because
two?
we're doing like 2 sessions a day at the moment. That's why it feels so long.
But to be fair, when we were in Ephraimon, we did spend quite a bit of time in Ephraimon.
Yeah, you spent a good week in Ephraimon.
And we
Darn
spent
near.
we spent 10 days going to Pololio.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's true. You spent 10 days going to Filolio. I would say since you've met Zybella, it's been at least 2.5, 3 months.
okay, so way too soon for considering those questions. Never mind.
Yes.
Okay. Then after I'm done berating Gira and returning the ear where it should go. I would find Zybella and sneak off somewhere private and give her the necklace.
She will love it. She says it's beautiful. She will have you put it on. She'll ask you if it does anything or is it simply a jewel. I mean, she
At
loves it
the
either way.
at the moment, it is simply decorational. I didn't know if I'd be able to infuse it the way that I had the others, and I wasn't going to presume you'd want that.
She will appreciate that, actually.
lucky girl.
But the gems themselves are capable of storing a significant amount of enchantment, I would assume, based on their quality.
That is good to know. And she will thank you for that. She says, I can't stay here forever. I do have a city to get back to.
I mean, I'm sure they're fine by themselves, aren't they?
I mean, for periods of time, sure.
They're a big city, aren't they?
Pick up that necklace and say, remember, you're the one that put her in charge.
Your fault she's there.
No, I realize that you have to leave. Just promise me you'll be careful. It's
Of
not beyond
course.
her to go after the things I care about.
Well, I have seen that. Of course, I will be careful. After some time, dinner will be served. Family gathers. You guys join them for dinner, I assume. Brumon will speak.
Best soft drink in the world.
I don't like Yahoo.
Oh, I love Yahoo.
It's Yoo-hoo.
That's my
Yoo-hoo.
kid.
Yeah.
Yoo-hoo.
I have to get it imported, so it's expensive.
Yeah, I believe that. Brumon will, after having dinner and setting down the plate, and servants are kind of collecting the plate, he will kind of look to your mom and look to you, Fix, and say, what's the plan, brother? We wait until Gara does decide to attack, which I have a feeling she might not, really. I think she's been talked out of that, perhaps. I don't know that she'd be able to take us all on.
I think that she is preparing, regrouping, and reassessing her plans in the comfort of her own home. Or look to Evangeline. The storm. Was that before or after their remodel?
Was before, correct?
It was before the first one. From what you gathered looking through your ball, that the storm is what caused a lot of damage, and they built the castle slightly different. The second time that she remodeled the castle, she remodeled it to return it back to its original form. So there was a period of time between the storm and the second remodel that the castle was slightly different.
I will share that.
Do I think I might be able to gain information of the layout and possible weaknesses, secret entrances, secret tunnels, through yeah, through the painting?
It's possible, especially if the storm is happening. Under the chaos of the storm, there's a good chance you could slip by unnoticed to discover some of the things about the castle. But you do run the risk. You do know probably a third of the castle was destroyed during that storm. So you run the risk of finding yourself in possibly a spot of that castle.
Remaining family.
Yeah, and half of the remaining family.
I wonder. No, I don't think that would. What I'm thinking, is there any way that I could use that, sort of like how I made a mark in that one painting and it showed up in our world? Any way that I could use that storm to plant a some way in?
Possibly. In a portion of the castle that doesn't get destroyed, from Evangeline's looking at the crystal ball and whatnot, the part that didn't get destroyed by the original storm is only getting upkept. You know, it's maintaining so that it doesn't fall apart. They've not remodeled that portion of the castle at all. It's just being maintained.
And what portion is that?
Based on what you can see in the crystal ball as to what was being renovated back to its original form, you would guess that probably the northern portion, northwest, the side that kind of faces the sea in essence, was the portion of the castle that was destroyed and rebuilt. Which, if you recall, the room that she had you stay in when you came and got Kosha out of her deal, it was that section of the castle. The westward, northwestward, if I recall correctly.
So I would present my thoughts to the group and the family to try to get any thoughts on how they might think this could be accomplished. That tactically, if we're going to attack, it should be now. We have her on her heels.
What exactly are you trying to accomplish?
To weaken her defenses in the present by traversing through the painting to the past and doing something there.
I wonder. So,
We
I have a
could go
thought.
back in the painting. Oh,
I have a thought, but I don't know if it would be
And wait for a couple
enough.
hundred years.
Then what?
talking
That-
about murder, hobo.
Oh,
We could go back in the painting and
And
kill her
just
sister.
kill everybody there.
'Cause
The
I have a
3-day-old baby.
I have a feeling her sister's
Chuck, what were you saying?
So, what if we got my little scrying, aka spy device, made, and then find some way to put it in the house in a way where she wouldn't expect it, like some kind of art piece that we find a way to convince them that was owned by some long lost relative and it's a priceless art piece or whatever.
I mean, if they have a crystal art piece, we could just replace one of them with that.
Or that. Yeah.
I don't know. Thinking back on when we entered and when we were in that area, is there something that may have worked as such?
Because that would at least give
Oh, the DM is gone.
we lost Joe. He's right there.
No.
He was just talking.
So the Starks household lost Joe. The rest of us could see him and hear him just fine.
And I couldn't see the Starks household.
that was weird.
See,
That
I
was
saw
weird.
all of you.
Odd.
I wasn't paying attention.
I was, and everybody was here.
That's weird. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
For
Okay.
a change, I don't have gremlins.
But yeah, just trying to see if there's anything that we saw while we were there that may have been there that long. A chandelier, I don't know.
Chandelier would be great.
There is a chandelier in the main hall. You saw a chandelier there in the main hall, connecting hall. You never actually went into like the throne room. Those doors were closed, but there was a chandelier in those two main halls, the one coming straight from the door, and then there was a main hall going north-south, basically.
And they were both in the
And
when
it was
we
right
were there.
outside the thing.
Or did I notice them when I was scrying? Or not, or when I was at the crystal ball? Because I don't think I was there.
Yeah, no,
I was
you
in
did.
the bedroom.
Yeah, you were in a bedroom. No, you did not see them in the crystal ball. Most of what took place in the crystal ball for you was actually outside the keep, except for in the nursery.
In the nursery. That's what I thought.
The chandelier, and sorry, I'm trying to keep track of this all. The chandelier, is that in the old portion of the building or the new?
It was right on the edge of where it probably would have been. So you are figuring, based on Evangeline's account, that portion of the keep probably did not get destroyed. It's kind of in the 2/3 that remained.
And another thing to consider, or to think about, if you go through the painting and you put something in there, like you did when you wrote on the floor, it has to go through all of those hundreds of years or whatever. And you have to guess that Garrett never found it in all that time. Am I correct in my thinking of timeline? You go back, you drop it in, you come back, but that still has to ride all the way through to the present.
Time travel is so messy.
Yeah, there's hundreds of years. You've got to hope that it doesn't get found, destroyed, replaced, whatever.
And that's why I'm thinking chandelier, since it's going to be like a small crystal. Maybe try to work it in so that it goes with the aesthetic.
Because you have to hope that over all of these years that she's never cleaned house.
Oh,
so to speak.
She has servants for that.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about dusting and doing the laundry.
Or like getting rid of magic items.
Yeah, like looking for magical items and things like that over the years.
If done properly, could we not set it so that it does not emanate magic unless it is in use?
Joy Vey will say there is a way, as part of the enchantments, to... Now, if it's just a conduit for you to use as scrying or something like that, it will not emanate magic unless you're scrying upon it.
That's the idea, is to be able to trigger it remotely with a matching item and be able to view and hear and see through it at that point.
Joy Vey does say if it is enchanted to be imbued with magic, there is also enchantments that can be placed upon it to hide it from such vision.
Okay, that might be good.
Joy Bay, are you familiar with Fennel?
Fennel. Ha, yes, Fennel.
Are you familiar with Shallow?
Shallow is Corini's cat, is it not?
So you're familiar with Shallow's master?
Yes.
And he says that with a bit of like a tone when he says master. It's like master, yeah.
Perceived.
Yeah.
Yes, I know of Carini.
Who do you
he
think
says that
be...
with the implied air quotes.
Yeah. Yes. Who do you think is best suited to perform this enchantment? Or is it yourself?
Oh, Fennel would be great for that. Although Carini surprises me sometimes.
I'm sure he does.
My thought was to go with Carini.
I need to go there anyways.
Well, maybe we make a quick trip.
We're gonna go to Cutie.
You think you're up for a teleportation there, Joyve?
I mean, I could teleport you out tonight, but I wouldn't be able to get you back tonight.
That's fine. We could come back tomorrow. There's no guarantee that they'd be able to do the work tonight, anyways.
True. Sometimes that takes a few days.
But I think this is a potential option that would be worth exploring.
I look to Isabella. Want to go on a trip?
Do you want to
Maybe
go
do
away
some
from
shopping?
me with me for the night?
And do some what? Do some shopping elsewhere? Where are we going?
What was this town called?
Farbron.
Farbron.
To Farbron.
She'll kind of give a glance to Joyve and then kind of respond, sure,
Why not?
why not?
I'll look to the rest of the family. Well, what do you guys want to do?
Arias, your mom will look at you and say, well, I will plan on being here, taking care of council business and checking in on Gidna from time to time. The rest of your siblings are kind of like, I don't know. We don't stick around home very often, and when we come home, we're not here for very long, so we're gonna start getting stir crazy real fast. Where do you want us to go?
I'll look to Lillian. I know Isabella's planning on returning home soon. Maybe you should start heading that way and ensure things are ready for her return.
I can do that. I will return to Ephraimon.
I'll look to Isabella. If I'm not being too presumptuous on that.
Sibella says, no, I enjoy Lillian's company. Liliana's company.
Liliana, sorry. Liliana.
Yeah, I know. I do the same. Lily.
Are they hey sisters, soul sisters?
Hey, sister, soul sister.
I'll look to the others and say, I'm not fully briefed on what escapades you were in, so.
Dolren will start. Dolren will say, well, I was just in Bolreg to keep an eye on things since things got shifted there. I mean, it's not that I need to return. I don't need to return. I can go anywhere else or stay here. It doesn't matter, really. Brumon says, my work is done in Nyliesh. I mean, they're cleaning up a mess right now, but I suspect it will be better. More forward thinking. Maybe a little less traditional.
Well, if you have no other pressing matters, then until something else lands on the proverbial desk, I don't have any orders for you.
But the next time somebody's in Nyliesh, you tell that shyster Galago, I want more of that ink. He still owes me.
I thought he paid you in the ink.
Gavian will get tickled.
I don't forgive easy.
Gavian says, I know my way around Nyliesh. I could go down there and talk to Galagos.
Just buy the damn ink. There's no need to strong arm him.
I don't intend to strong arm.
Or steal from him.
Have you ever known me to strong arm anybody? Gabion, no.
or
Brumon, yes.
or 5-finger discount thingy.
Yes.
Well, you really should get you a new set of armor. And
I like the
and get that dagger taken care of.
Yeah. Well, no. That's going with Fix. He's gonna fix that one.
I will handle that, literally and figuratively.
Vanessa will just say, I'm usually here with Mom. That's honestly, that's
Okay.
I don't know if I'm entertaining or just she likes to have me around. I don't know. But I'm usually here.
Or you're just good at the things that need to be done here.
That's probably the correct answer. I like to pretend it's other things sometimes.
Well, those of you that are staying, keep an eye out on the city.
Will do.
Good girl. Such a good girl.
Don't worry, he'll check in every 48 hours for 24 hours.
Who's on the rotation this time? No.
Um, And how long has it been since it was just this morning that the whole brunch thing happened, right?
Yep.
You're still
Yep.
connected to your mama.
You're still
Okay.
connected to Mama. Getting a little bit of feedback sitting at the dinner table.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have anything else for them.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, rumors. If we start hearing rumors, we'll start making inquiries.
Appreciate it.
With that, Brumon will set down his mug and say, I'm going to go to my room. And he'll leave. Your other siblings will start to follow suit. Gabion will be the last to leave. So where does that oh, that's right, Farbron. You're going to Farbron. And you will return tomorrow morning? Perhaps? Or will it be a few days? Are you going to wait for the enchantments? If it should be a few days.
It'll probably be a few days.
If it's going to be a few days, I'd say we wait for him.
Okay.
Unless we need to come back for anything.
Rhonda needs to remember, isn't Corini one of the ones that Joyve told me to take the locket to?
Mm-hmm. Yep, Karini was on that list.
Because I was remembering, because I seem to remember, oh good, Chuck wants to go there too. Joe always wants to go there.
Hey, you know what? They have a cool cat. I need to get me a familiar like that. I'm not a wizard or anything like that, but
But by golly, I need a blink cat.
yes.
All right. Everybody kind of disperses. Joyve says, whenever you're ready. I am ready.
I'll go
I'll go
pack my
collect
bag.
things and come back downstairs and be prepared to go.
All right. And I'm assuming all four of you are going to go, right? Forsyth, you're going to go too? Been kind of quiet.
I thought about staying to protect the house, but yeah, I think the house is pretty protected, and they still think we're here, so I'll go.
This is true too. All right. All right. Joyve lays out the circle and gets it going. It glows. You all step in. with Joyve and Zybella. And poof, you are
What do you need?
outside Farbron. Not by far. You can see Farbron. You can make it to the city, no problem. The sun is setting. It is evening time because you just finished up dinner. So it is evening time. And you make your way into the city. I'm going to assume you go straight to Corini's.
Yep.
Okay. So you head straight to Corini's. The door is actually open. You see a couple of people standing in there, just shoppers, They seem to, be purchasing a small bottle of liquid and like a ring. And he says good day to them, and they kind of pass you as you walk in. Fix, you get the sense that one of them
Mhm.
is of the Jagged Dream, but not the other one.
Do they react?
The one that you sense is the Jagged Dream, he does kind of stutter step just a little bit, and
Okay.
you kind of catch a passing glance, but he is not going, you get the feeling he is not going to point out or act at all that he knows you in any way, being in mixed company, unless you interact first.
No, I will take note of his face though.
Yeah.
And I think the way it works, he doesn't know who in this group it is, just that there's somebody there.
Just that they're there. Yep.
And then I'll
But
wait for them to leave.
Okay.
These are two different people than the 4 that are already there.
Correct. But only one of them is actually Jagged
Right.
Dream. Yeah. And so they walk on out, and they seem to walk on into town, probably toward a tavern or whatever.
Okay.
They're walking into town. You walk in, and Carini sees you and recognizes you. And he says, "Hello, welcome back. Did you
Thank
bring
you.
my friend this time?"
Fennel? No.
Oh, all
But
right.
I'll
What can
tell
I
him
do
that you
for
say
you?
hi next time I see him.
Do.
I'll look around for Shallow.
You don't see her right away.
Where's Shallow?
Oh, probably in back.
I'll walk over to the counter to the side of it, and I'll pull out a little plate and some treats and some cream and cat food stuff or cat treat stuff, and I'll set it down, and then I'll go back over to him.
Okay. After a little bit, it'll blink out into the kind of off to the side and walk over and start eating the treats and whatnot. What can I do for you? Carini will say.
I'll look to Kadath. My friend here needs some enchantment, and then I have questions.
Okay. What kind of enchantments?
I'll pull out the 2 crystals
All
and
right.
explain what I want them to do, basically. That I want to be able to use this one to activate and then see and hear through the other one,
All right.
through the different facets of it.
We can do that. Probably like a clairvoyance, clairaudience.
Yeah.
All right.
And if you can make it to where the magic on the one being viewed through, or the one that we're seeing through on the other end, make it to where the magic is not evident
Sure.
through a detection spell.
Can do that. It could take me a few days to get all of that in there.
That's fine. We are on a small time crunch, but not extreme.
Okay. I can do that. And he'll take the crystals from you, and he'll kind of look them over. Oh, these are from the sky fields.
Yes, I tried to pick really good ones that I felt would be perfect for what I was looking for.
He says, "Well, you chose well. It will make enchanting a lot easier. When the crystals come from the sky fields, I don't know, they just absorb that enchantment a little bit easier."
Well, if you want more, I've secured a monopoly for them through one of the harvesters that takes them to Key. So
I mean, I can definitely use some crystals. Can resupply some of my enchantments here.
maybe we can work out a trade deal then.
That would be fantastic. Is it just the crystals then? It'll be
No.
about 3. Oh, what do you need?
Before you start on that task, and I'll go up close to him and I'll pull the locket out.
All right.
I'll say, I need to travel to the owner of this locket. I was told that you may possibly get me there.
Oh, I could definitely get you there. May I ask your business, just out of curiosity?
Personal, not hostile.
All right then. I can definitely get you there. I do not intend on going with you. Do you have a way to come home or back or
I am
someplace
sure.
else?
Yes, indeed, we do.
I am sure that I will be able to meet up with my party again
Okay.
in a
When
couple of days at the very minimum.
when do you intend on traveling? Like now?
I will look at Fix and Kadeth. And tell them, although I don't like to leave the party, I feel like you might be safe here.
I don't think we're safe anywhere, but if you must leave, you must leave.
I think we're as safe here as we are anywhere else at the moment. Potentially more than others.
I would like to go. Before you start enchanting, just send me.
All right. Very well. He will put the locket in your hand and kind of fold over your hand upon it. And then he will just kind of hold your hand and he will chant
Oh, please.
in a
There's
language.
no place like
There's
home.
no place like
There's
home.
no
There's no place.
like home.
And click
I
his
want to hold
heels.
your hand.
There you go. I want to hold your. So he will begin. He will chant, and it'll be about a sentence long or so. You will feel it warm in your hand. You don't understand what he's saying unless you speak Sylvan.
No, I don't.
Think Fix does. Let me check.
I don't know. And then you will feel it warm, and before you know it, his hands kind of clap together, and Evangeline is gone.
Thought we'd never get rid of her.
Whew.
I do believe the
About
last
time.
time I was here, the connection was lost, right?
Yes. And the connection will be lost again.
Because the connection only goes about the size of whatever city we're in.
Right, yeah. About as big as a large city. Or a very large city. It will stretch the entirety of Key, but no further.
Okay.
But the last time we were all at the Dirk Hall
Yeah.
and we lost connection.
Well, you think you were at the Dirk Hall.
Yeah, that's what I figured. You thought you were at the dirt hall.
Yeah. We started at the Dirk Hall, we ended at the Dirk Hall. Or I did. But yeah.
So Evangeline disappears. So Karini will look at the crystals again, and I will get started on these. Give me about 3 days.
Okay.
And he will walk back to the back.
But
Oh.
I have questions.
Oh, yeah,
He'll
yes.
There's so many
He'll
questions.
kind of eye over towards Shallow.
Questions
we're
for
in-
me or for
We're
my
in mixed company, and I don't share secrets that belong to others.
cat?
Joy Bay and Zybella are there. So.
Do you wish to speak directly?
If that
Gotcha. If she approves?
yes.
Gotcha. Karini will pause and kind of look at the cat. Forsyth, you've already sensed that this cat is fey in nature, of course.
Right.
And I
Because
already
you
know.
are fey in nature. Kadeth already knows. Joy Bay and Zybella, though, they're also fey in nature. They're not quite as in tune with fey as Forsyth is. Shallow will jump up onto the counter and shift. She will shift into the childish, probably, I don't know, what did I say? She looks like 14, 13, 12, something like that.
11, 10, 9.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's young. She's early teen, preteen is what she looks like.
huh.
Long ears, has like holly berries around her head, and she's very natural looking. But the cat transforms into Shallow, and well, Shallow is the name she goes by, and she sits down on the counter. And she says, "You may be in mixed company, but elves and, well, I won't say, are very aware of my kind. What do you need? What is your questions?"
I will reach into my bag of holding and pull out the paintings. Oh, actually, I will turn around and I will lock the door and shut the drapes and whatever.
Bar the windows.
Yep. And then I
Batten
will
the hatches.
turn back and pull out the paintings. I went through that one.
Ah.
Seems
I
to be a
forget the
portal
name.
to time.
Yes,
through
these paintings are old
Are there no people in the painting this time?
fey magic. Oh no, the Lord and Lady what's their names are in that painting, and the other one looks like a storm. It looks like they're dancing.
There was a third one I thought as well. I don't remember.
There were only 2.
There was only
Okay.
2. Yeah.
I recently went through those notes, so that's
Okay.
the only reason.
The Lord and Lady Baka. I had to go back and find their name.
Name.
Baka. Baka. Yeah, Lord and Lady Baka. And Shallow will actually look at him and say, Lord and Lady Baka. Yeah.
Did you know them?
They were a very, very fine couple.
They were very nice.
Yes, they are indeed. Well, were, I guess. They are no longer alive now.
But they're alive then.
Correct. Old
First
Fey
question.
magic.
Is it
What?
your magic?
Oh, not mine directly, no.
What do you mean directly? No.
I mean, I know how to do that. I haven't done that in a very, very long time. These are not my work.
Okay. How previously I utilized a rope to be able to not get stuck. Is there another way to ensure the ability to come back without being tethered by a rope?
Well, the direction you go in should be the direction you come out. Though it won't necessarily be seen, there should be a portal of sorts wherever you enter into history. You should be able to return.
Okay.
Takes a little trust, little
Hmm.
faith, so to speak.
Okay.
Are the people existing in that history able to go through it accidentally?
No.
Good.
Basically it's in essence, when you go in, you create a little bit of a tear. The portal is only open on this side, and when you go in, it creates a little bit of a tear, and it is unseen. While you're there, it is possible that somebody may stumble upon it, but it would be difficult, as it is not seen. It would definitely be an accident. But when you return, that which is a hiccup in time repairs itself.
When somebody from that time comes through, do they age as if they lived through that time? Or are they just in our time?
No, they would be in your time.
I think I see what you're thinking.
There are very few beings, even among the Fae, as he motions to Gervais and Isabella, or the Fae-blooded, that last this far through the ages. I knew of one and have recently learned of two more. How is that possible?
Who is it that you know that have lived through the ages?
The two that I've most recently learned of is, I suppose, the one who has made me her mortal enemy and her sister, but I suspect there's more to it than simply blood relation or familial relation. It could be blood.
I believe I know of the two you speak. Who is the third?
I promise you know of her as well. She is unaging.
Oh. Suddenly she gets a little like, oh, you're talking about me. Oh, of course. I didn't
You
think
would.
I would be on that list. When you did gesture back to Joyve and Zybella, you see that they have kind of taken a step back and have kind of like, both of them are a little bit more like eyes averted a little bit more, trying to kind of not stand out a whole lot, don't want to be in the spotlight too much.
Zybella wearing that. Is Zybella wearing her necklace?
The one you gave her? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just curious.
Shallow says, well, there are ways to be unaging, although I do believe the one of the two that you speak of, it's got to be some kind of pact of some kind. The other one, watch closely.
I find it curious. Those that know of this person refuse to speak directly about her. It is always, even from the information I've gotten from deities, it's always veiled statements of concern.
Let's just say the magic is as old as you think they are in years and older.
This person that I'm to be concerned of. Is she firmly an adversary, or is her threat still in question?
She is loyal. She is of her own mind, I suppose, if you want to go there.
Well, if you won't even speak of details about her, I don't know that I want to face her in combat.
Well, I'm sure you can find what works for her. Just, I would say, be wary of the shadows. Though I hide myself, I don't move in the shadows. My magic is in the light, though a bit different, being of my nature. I don't move in the shadows. She moves in the shadows.
Very well. I'll take your warning to heart. So, how much can one change in the past without jeopardizing the present? I suppose if I were to go back and kill her before she is able to gain power or further her power, I would come back to a completely different world for myself and perhaps even further beyond myself.
Perhaps. But it is hard to say. How much is the effect of killing a single being?
According
That
to
is hard
her,
to
she
say.
is the reason that I am in the position that I'm in now. That she arranged it somehow.
Well, that may be true. I do not see the future. And the past is always a little hazy. I live in a state of flux. I am Faye. You should
Used
come
to know a
visit my
gal named
world.
Faye.
Faye.
Your world.
Yes.
Which, I'm assuming this is not the Shadow Realm, since you say you
Oh,
don't move in Shadow.
no, I do not move in shadows.
Out of character, isn't that where Gond said I would need to take the ring to destroy it?
The shadow realm? Yeah. The shadow fell.
The Shadowfell, that's right.
Hmm.
Hmm. I was recently told I would need to go to the Shadowfell if I needed to accomplish something I wanted. Don't know if I want to do that.
Well, I know somebody who could take you there.
Oh,
You won't like it. You will not like the answer.
mm. Yeah. So she is Faye.
No. The elder heir to the home, fully human. How she lives among her years is a gift, I
The
guess.
other?
The other, not Faye. Human, mostly. But she can get you there.
That's what I'm afraid of. Hmm. Hmm. And I am sorry for being so rude. I'll turn and I will introduce uh, both Zybella and Joyve.
They will kind of just give her a nod. And Shallow will do the same. She will nod to both of them.
Kind of looking like, why are you guys so timid? Like, what?
Um,
I won't say anything, but that's what's going through my head. Like, WTF, man.
let's see. Do they pick up on that? Oh, yeah, Zybella totally picks up on that. She will speak telepathically to you, Fix. And she will say, "Do you not know who you are talking to?"
I believe the book said she was the one who does not age. A grand fae. It's
Archfey.
Archfey. That's right, Archfey. Fix would have remembered that.
Archfey.
Joe
Yeah.
messed up.
Joe does not.
An Archfey.
Yes. It is likened to royalty.
It just gets an emotion of like royalty isn't it that impressive either. Like, eh, what? Okay. Do they? Are there still people?
Likened to royalty, if they look at you the wrong way, you turn into a pile of ash.
Have you seen the things that we've been up against? That's everything.
Well,
He'll just kind of shrug. Like at this point, he's like, okay,
like,
I understand, but
okay.
I'm still gonna be me. Um,
They still really won't vocalize anything. They'll just wait.
I'll look at her, and I'll take a moment to study Shallow. Like I don't even know the extent of her abilities. Does it seem like I don't know? Joe has a weird feeling that she's able to like, if not hear the conversation, at least discern it through body language.
Probably. But she's discreet.
I'll look at her and I'll kind of shrug with an attitude of like, well, if she had an issue with it, she should have told me already.
Okay, well, Shallow doesn't care. There's a reason she's on the material plane.
Because she's a material girl.
I'm a material.
I think that's all that I had.
Okay. She will say, well, let us have some tea while Karini works. Karini's already gone by this point. And she'll kind of wave her hand, and a tea set will come out with a nice hot teapot of water and or fresh tea, I guess I should say, because you brewed the tea in the pot. And it will lift on its own and pour some glasses, and she will distribute tea among you. Evangeline,
Yes.
you weirdest feeling in the world, got a little bit of a headache. It was almost like a static electricity, almost a shock. And you pop into what looks like the 6th office, where you met him once before. I can't remember his name right offhand. I want to say Klaus, but that ain't right.
His actual name is Kilmock.
Kilmock. And you will actually see Kilmock at his desk. He seems to be reading through some papers, taking notes on a parchment somewhere, and he's at his desk. He hears you arrive, and he looks up, and he says, Evangeline. And he is in his human form. What brings you here?
I wanted to fill you in. I'll fill him in on everything that's going on. Yada, yada, yada.
He lets you know that he knows a lot of that from Rockdiff.
Right. Which I figured.
Yep.
And I was going to ask him something anyway. Specifically fill him in on what is going on or what happened, which I know he already knows this, in Uxfin.
Oh, yes. I do know what's going on in Uxfin. It's actually rather fantastic, if you ask me. Things are starting to get upset over there. I mean, it's a slow process, but it's happening.
Hold on. I'm just going to turn the page.
Strudani, is that her name?
Strudani, that's it.
Okay.
Is Strudani a good choice for the position?
Oh, she is a woman not to be trifled with, that is for sure. She will get done what needs to get done. And she will remove the obstacles that are in her way. She will not let any sway her.
She will continue to free.
Oh, yes.
What of our situation there?
Oh, they're still looking for you. I mean, the hunt has died down a little bit, being that they haven't found anybody for several days now. But yeah, you're still there. You're still in the back of their minds. It'll take some time for that to work its way out. But
how trustworthy is she?
Depends on what you need to trust her with. Would you trust her with the crown jewels? Probably not.
How
But
about my life?
I mean, let's put it this way. If you were to show up in Uxton and get captured, she would do her best to ensure your safety out of Uxton, making it either look like an escape or fake your death or something of that nature. She will do her best to make it so. But if she cannot make it so, she will not hesitate to kill.
Okay. I have no plans to go back there at the present,
Good. Best
but I
that you
wanted to
don't.
know. What do you know about these scarabs?
Scarabs.
Golden,
Golden scarabs?
yes. The one,
Hmm.
which I'm sure you probably have been informed, that is been placed into Gidna.
Mhm. I have been informed of that. It was a bit of a shocker. I thought they were legend. Obviously not. I guess there's a bit of truth in every legend, huh?
Would seem.
As far as I know, as far as legend goes, they were part of the Sicilian jungle. They were found mostly there. Um, Legend had it they were extinct by the Second Age. Like they went extinct a very long time ago. And there were some people who would capture them and keep them and try to use them in such a manner, but most were unsuccessful, apparently. One has been.
Yes. I've been toying with the thought and wondering if psychic damage would be helpful in driving one out.
Psychic damage could help to drive one out, but you are risking doing the same to the host. Most scarabs don't leave until the host is no longer there for them. From based on legend, of course. I have no personal experience with these creatures.
It is looking more and more like, for her life to be saved, she must lose it.
Quite possibly. Have a good cleric on hand.
I'll keep that in mind. I am been very confused of late.
On what, pray tell?
Lady Guerra and her maid.
Yes? Ah,
They're not what they appear.
no. Many have thought so. However, she has much pull in many cities. Um, her influence over Key has slipped, but she still has influence in many cities. Um, her maid, I don't know much about her handmaid at all.
When I was talking to her, because I have discovered that her maid is probably her sister.
Interesting.
When I was talking to her, her eyes did flash black.
Interesting.
I think I was able to hold my cool and not appear to be taken aback by it?
That means she most likely has power bestowed upon by another. So she is not simply a maid servant. She has power of her own accord. When she received that power, I would not know. He will change into his tiefling form. And then you will see him kind of lift up his hand. And it will start to spark a little bit, like almost like lightning. But it's dark. It's like streaks of blue, but it's shrouded in like shadow almost. And you will see that kind of happen in his hand. And as that's happening in his hand, you kind of look at his hand and then look back at him. His eyes are black.
What kind of magic is this?
This is an eldritch form of magic. Usually brought on by a couple of things. One is a patron, and one is being touched by the Shadowfell.
Either could be possible.
He will close his hand, and his eyes return to normal. And he's in his tiefling form at this point. If you are talking to us, you are muted. He's going to stay muted. Fine, we didn't want to hear you anyway.
I think he's talking to what's he call her? What's her name or
What's
whatever?
her name?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Uh,
The items required by Lady Yara for the return of Valsharoon,
yes.
include a ring
Okay.
that we've been told can only be destroyed by taking it to the Shadowfell.
Well, then you can travel around with it on your person if you should find it. Or when you find it, take it to the Shadowfell and have it destroyed. Shadowfell is not a pleasant place to be.
If she should follow us to the Shadowfell, and that is the source of her power, would she be more powerful there?
Quite possibly.
Okay. I think I asked him once before if he follows a god.
No, he does not.
That's what I thought.
Nope. He chooses not to follow a god.
And I already showed him the book and the quill.
Yes, you did.
I'm going to reach into my pocket and pull out the crystal orb.
He piques his interest. He looks at it.
crystal orb was, or the crystal that it came from, was given to me by Severus. That's right, right?
Severus. Not
Severus.
Severus, but Severus.
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 That crystal orb was given to you by me. Okay.
I said the crystal that it came from. and and he is tied to, I think I showed him the cards or told him about the cards anyway.
I think you did.
He is tied to the fate card.
The ruin card. Not the fate.
He handed me the fate
Oh,
card.
Severus is tied to the
Yes.
fate card. Yes.
Severus
Okay.
is tied to the
Okay.
fate card.
Yes.
The members of the third eye, man, this is hard to do from memory.
Taxing your brain.
Follow him.
Yes, they do.
He has been very gracious to me,
Indeed.
and I am learning to use this orb. I'll slide it back in my pocket. I do believe that the gods are working their way back into the world to be a part of this world.
It does appear that way.
Some of them I don't think we want.
Some of them you might get anyway.
Yes. I have a feeling. In the process of talking to what's her name? It starts with an F. Gareth's sister.
Fune,
Finay, thank you.
you're welcome. I've been writing the names down a lot.
I got the feeling she was not happy with the fact that I knew who she was. That's when her eyes flashed black when I told her I knew about her sister.
I would imagine that she would not want to be known. There is a bit of hesitancy when one has such power. Who should know? I imagine she trusts her sister. I mean, that is who she's been with all these years. Trusting somebody else will come very slowly. And do you have that time?
Well, I don't know that I do. I'm not even sure I have the desire. being a tiefling, maybe you have a better answer to the question than I. How is it that humans could live as long as the two of them have lived? I have seen in the orb the death of the parents and their date of death and the age, approximately the age of the two sisters.
There are means to extend one's life. Pacts with greater beings. Um, it is possible that they have been imbued, even quite possibly by Numenera. Or they can have some other means, perhaps. The most likely would be some other greater being as aiding in the extension of life, would be the most likely. Because even by magical means, that only goes so far.
I do know that Lady Guerra does wear iron flesh.
Well, it's possible that maybe that aids in some manner.
The black ichor from Hidden Nourish.
Yes,
Have we
you
learned any more about it?
brought some of that back. It is strange. I have learned from the other priests, of course. I do not do this myself. They report to me. I've learned that these black ichor can cause mutations. Um, they also can cause almost adhere to the body like iron flesh, such as nanites. I do believe that the black ichor might be like the earliest stages of nanites per se. It is the biological almost side to nanites without the machine.
Speaking of the nanites, I'll reach into my bag of holding and pull out my nanites that are working.
Ah, that are working. That aren't going to go pew.
the the
the
the
the
metal,
beginnings of the
the
mantle.
mantle.
Yeah. He will take a look at that and say, "Wow, this is impressive." And he will look at it.
I'm learning to program them.
Interesting.
We will see what happens. Right now, there are currently 2 items that I have created with programming. Actually, the nanites created. I just tell them what to do. And a third item that they have decided to create all on their own.
Interesting. Perhaps it was a programming that was left inert.
The third seems to be a replica of what Lady Guerra wears.
Interesting. So the nanites you have. Let me know what comes of that.
We'll let you know. the things that I am discovering in this world are of great interest to me.
Good. Continue to discover. And though you may end up wanted in some cities, you will still be welcome here.
You can't make friends everywhere you go. Especially not with a charisma of 8.
How much time do you have?
I have a couple of days before.
He will revert back to his human form. And he will say, "Will you accompany me to dinner?"
I would love to.
Excellent. And he'll hold out his arm for you, and he'll lead you out of his office, and you walk out onto what looks like a dock almost. It's a very wide dock, but he walks out, and you kind of take a glance. You see a huge, beautiful building, marble almost. I mean, that's kind of how it looks, but it can't possibly be marble. It's sitting on a dock. And so you walk down the dock a little ways, and he goes to another building that's very nice. You see out on the water some more docks extended out. There's some ships there. You turn around and you take another look kind of behind you. There's more docks behind you. Like, you don't see land at this moment. And you're walking across some fairly fortified, nice bridges. You go to another nice house, and as he walks up to the door, you see the servant that's kind of standing at the door. He kind of nods and just opens the door. He's known here. He says, "Maius has invited me for dinner. I think he would be best to get you home, perhaps, when you are ready. So let me introduce you." And you walk on in, and you meet Maius. You meet Maius, and he's in robes. They look very blue green. Very ocean-esque. He is human. He stands a little quite tall for a human male. He's about 6'8" or so. I mean, he's pushing up there with Kadeth, but he's definitely human. He's not big like Kadeth. He's just very tall and lanky. But you can tell immediately that he carries himself with much poise, dignity, and power in essence. And you meet him, and he introduces himself as Maius, mage of the City of Bridges. It's a pleasure to meet you. And you will sit down to dinner and having casual conversation.
I will have casual conversation
All right.
and see what all I can find out about the City of Bridges, because it's fascinating.
And he will talk to you all about the City of Bridges. They are the finest fleet in all of the Steadfast. Anything that happens on the ocean, they always call the City of Bridges for aid, because they have the finest fleet. They have great merchant ships, transportation ships, warships. Like, they are the shipwrights of the Steadfast. If you want a good ship, you go to the City of Bridges. And that's what they're known for, is mostly their seafaring and ship warfare and things like that. Going back, Evangeline's gone for quite some time, just so you know. The evening progresses. Shallow has tea with you guys in Farbron. Shallow keeps looking at Forsyth every so often, because she's quite fascinated with Forsyth.
Forsyth just smiles, enjoys the attention, looking for opportunity.
Oh, if opportunity arises, she'd probably let you do it too. Um, just because she's totally fascinated by you.
Ah.
You get the sense, Forsyth, that she knows your true nature.
Ah.
And, you know,
Not many do.
yep, from one fae to another, she knows. And she is an archfey on top of that. Not just any fae knows. Like Cybella and Joyve, they don't really know.
Right.
They know you can change form, but that's about it. But Shallow knows. And she's quite fascinated. You get the sense that she may have never really interacted with a changeling before. Or if she has, it's been a very long time. She does not interact with changelings frequently in any way, shape, or form, which you
Not many people do.
right, you totally get. Matter of fact, you pretty sure you're the only one in the material plane. That's how often you run across them. It's like I think I'm the only one. But she is totally fascinated and will take every opportunity to chat with you about nothing. I mean, she can chat with you about the flowers for all she cares.
I like flowers. Good rye flower.
Yeah, good rye flower, corn flower.
Mm-hmm.
As the evening progresses, you don't see Karini come back, and eventually, Shala will let you know that there is places to stay in town for a tavern. What do you guys do for the evening? I'm warm. I need a fan. Oh no, that's gonna blow right in there.
We're having tea and just general pleasantries. Okay. Sorry, I was eating my yummy food. You're muted.
I realized. I said it is about time for break.
She is fanning herself, so we
I know.
don't need the
Getting hot.
wind.
We're so
How
hot.
much can I tell of what she is actually seeing in me? I rolled a 19 for insight.
Okay. You can tell that she knows that you're Fae. She knows that you are most likely a changeling. You don't think that she knows like your true form per se. Like you're not sure that she knows your true form.
These guys don't know my true form.
Right. Yeah. You're not sure that she knows your true form, but she definitely knows that you're a changeling. She gets that inkling, even though you've never changed in front of her. She knows you're a changeling, but she doesn't know what a changeling's true form is, and she's just very, very intrigued. You will probably get a brush on your shoulder and a tap against your, a pull on your hair or things like that because she's like, is this illusionary? Is this for real? Is this like? She's like checking it out. How does this work?
Given the chance, I will communicate with her, which I can do telepathically anyway.
Yeah.
And I will say, it seems you're searching for more information than I'm willing even for my friends to know.
Your friends don't know? She
Not
responds
everything.
telepathically, of course.
Yeah, not everything.
I've always been fascinated.
We work together and they've seen a lot of things, but they've never seen my true form either.
Interesting. Is this a common thing with your kind?
My
to
kind
hide that?
tends to only show their true form within the Sealy court or in the Fey realm, but we generally keep that to ourselves because there's a certain level of protection, because there's a certain level of fear outside of the Fey court.
Well, I can see that. Much the same way that I keep the cat form. You know, most people don't trust someone of my
But it so
kind.
fits you.
I do enjoy it.
Mayhaps we could talk later, um, and you can help me, and I can help you.
Of course.
Mutually beneficial communication.
Do come see me when you're free.
I shall do that. And I will leave off at that because the others are probably staring.
You do notice
Nothing's
that.
being nothing's
Vix
being
probably
said, but
Vix probably isn't even paying attention. Probably paying more attention to Zybella than anything.
oh, true. He is kind of self-absorbed, isn't he?
He is a little attention is, not so divided.
No offense.
And Kadath's attention on you has been lessened lately,
Yep.
since you've kind of proven yourself mostly.
Right. That's it. I've
Mostly.
proven myself.
Mostly.
But
it helps,
as I
it
said,
helps that you do most of your sticky finger stuff when he's not around.
I haven't done as much of that of late.
That's true.
Yeah,
That is
lately.
true.
Doesn't mean I don't want to. Just haven't been busy.
Been a little busy. That's true. All right. As the evening progressed, you guys go to retire to a tavern. I don't know if I gave you a tavern name in Farbron. I don't remember.
I don't believe so, but I don't know.
I will tell you if you did.
Okay. Our keeper of names.
The keeper of
And
the information.
Keeper of knowledge.
The Inky Quill Tavern is in Farberon.
Inky Quill. All right. There's the Inky Quill.
Okay.
If you guys are gonna hang for the evening, you go to the Inky Quill, you get some rooms, have some food, relax, and watch the evening's entertainment.
And I leave for a little while.
And Forsyth is gonna leave for a little while. I, Jody, is also gonna need to leave for a little while, so we're gonna need to take a break.
We shall return.
We'll be right back.
This too shall pass.
We'll be right back.
You're right. Right out
I
the porcelain throne.
And we're back.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. All right. We got Evangeline. This is very bright. I got to turn down this. There we go. That makes me feel better. Woof. We've got Evangeline in the city of Biz hanging out with Kilmock during at the 6th. And we've got the other three of you in Farbron. I'm assuming heading to the Inky Quill or hanging out at the Inky Quill. Forsyth does disappear for a time. And I'm
I'm going back to
assuming,
visit the
yep, you're going back to visit Shallow.
Shallow.
Shallow is very excited to see you.
Right.
Hey, we found Forsyth's love interest.
Oh no,
Oh no, that's Kosha.
That's kosher.
that's Tasha. Yeah. Kosha.
Kosha, yeah, that's Kosha.
Yeah. Yeah. This is purely.
We haven't seen her in a little while, but she is still there and very much the love interest.
Yeah.
Very much so. But Shallow is very excited to see you. She's like, oh good, you have returned.
That I have.
Tell me, did you grow up in the Feywild?
Actually, I did not. I grew up mostly in the city.
Which city?
Well, various cities. I was born in the. Hold on one second. Let me open this up because I can never remember this stuff.
I don't know my history. We don't talk about it.
Well, I knew it, but yes, I grew up in White Lake, a green tree of White Lake in the Jagged Wasteland. But family life was not something I would want to talk about, and I found myself moving to Thrice when I was but young and learned the ways of the streets there.
Interesting. So your abilities probably served you well then.
Yes, indeed, because when you're living on the street, you're generally living off either the generosity or the unintended generosity of others, and being able to be someone else, be something else, aids in being able to round a corner and come back around that corner the other way, and nobody knows.
Indeed. Have you shown your true form to anyone?
Not even only my family has seen my true form. I've not actually spent much time. Actually, spent no time in the Feywild because my family didn't take me there. Took my sister there, but
interesting.
she was the favored child, and I was the afterthought.
Alas, large families. Although yours was not large.
No, mine was not large. Mine was just favoritism.
That is a shame. You could be so much more.
What I can do is one thing. What I potentially can do, that is another. And not even I know what the potential truly is.
True. Well, this is most exciting. There is a rift, so to speak, where you can slip into the Feywild. Under the mountain Zanless.
Okay.
If you ever wish to visit there.
What was the name of the mountain?
Mount Zanlis.
Zanlis?
Yep, Zanlis. Mount Zanlis.
I might one day have to take that in to find more about myself.
You will find it quite enjoyable, I'm sure.
I am sure too. I might thoroughly enjoy that, but
Should you choose to go, I have to find the right one. Should you choose to go, there is one there that there's one there that probably should be dealt with.
there's always someone to deal with.
Yes, but part of the reason why I am here. She will. I do not want that. What is going on there? There we go. She will pull out almost from nowhere. It looks like she's reaching for something, but it just kind of shows up in her hand.
I have that trick available.
And then it shows up in her hand, and she hands you what looks like a card.
Okay.
I have to
I will
find
look at the card.
which one is it. There it is. The card itself looks like it has a stone structure on it.
Okay.
Just a solid stone structure of a knight. You know, he's got a sword, he's got a shield. He looks poised to like swing at something, but it's stone.
Okay.
This must be dealt with.
Is it anything I recognize?
No, it just looks like a statue, really.
Okay.
Now I smell it.
Oh.
Because it's raining in the window.
A curiosity comes to mind. In what way should it be dealt with?
There is a creature there that is wreaking havoc. And
I know how to deal with that then.
yes, I figured you had the skill set.
Yes, the destruction of evil seems to be the lot in life of our entire group, because it just, I guess that path has been thrust upon us.
Indeed. And of this one, stop. Why does it keep going? Okay, honey, I don't know what's going on with my iPad.
Mhm.
Call the expert.
What did you do to it?
I don't know what I did to it. There it goes. Fixed it. All right, because I needed to mark in here which card I gave you. She will look to you, and she will say, "Indeed, the gods are grateful. Sehanin will be grateful if you take care of this."
Well, having the deities on your side in a crunch, that's never a bad thing.
Indeed.
And I actually, I hate to admit this, I actually enjoy taking care of issues like this.
Well,
Taking care of
It will
business.
solve some issues in the Feywild
It
for
seems to
sure.
befit my lifestyle, which has grown well beyond that of a street urchin.
So it has. You have done much with this group.
Well, this group took me in despite, and I think I have been able to recompense them for their investment.
Let's not put that back there. Indeed. When you go to the Feywild, do let me know. Return.
I shall.
That would be most excellent.
Yes. Writing that down. Return to shallow after Feywild.
Yes. Oh, yes. I miss good thunderstorms.
Not here.
Thunderstorming there?
I heard thunder.
Not here.
That was Chuck belching.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it might have thundered here. I don't know.
I think
'Cause
I've
it's
seen lightning too.
Not here. Oh, partly cloudy, all close
that
to
right
mostly
there?
cloudy.
Uh-huh.
Oh, legit lightning. That light right there is from the street light down the street.
Yeah. So, yep. So she will continue in pleasantries for as long as you'll stay.
Sure, I'll stay a while and chat.
All right. Yeah. She will share some things about the Feywild. So when you do go to the Feywild, remind me you had this chat because I'm not going to tell you everything about it right now.
Right. Well, I am. Yeah, that's why I wrote it all down.
Good.
I don't do that very often, but I felt there's something important here, like there was with the cleaning up the bio spill
Yeah.
before.
Yep. Yep. All right. In the inky quill, you guys get food and whatnot. Forsyth disappears for a while. He doesn't come back for quite some time. Evangeline is still missing. You're not sure how long Evangeline is going to be. Kadeth, it is you and Fix in the inky quill.
Where's Joy Vey and
Oh, yeah.
Isabella?
Joy Van Zybella. I keep forgetting. You got to remind me about it, other people, man. And Buckley went with Evangeline, I'm assuming. I don't know. I don't
Doesn't
pay
have much
attention to
choice,
those
does
things.
he?
Yes.
Unlikely.
Right. And Joy Vey and Zybella. Joy Vey and Zybella do get some side glances, but not like they do in Key or in other cities.
Nobody's being
deeper
impertinent.
deeper in the Steadfast. This is on the outskirts of the Steadfast, so it's not. I mean, it's like, oh, okay, we got elves.
That's why I do that when in Rome thing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Is there anything in particular you guys would like to do while you're in the Inky Quill with half your party missing?
No.
Probably just have some food and drink. And is the person that I had seen in Shallow Shop or any of the others within the Inky Quill?
You kind of take a glance about. You don't see any, but when you kind of sit and you kind of focus on that sensation, you sense them. You sense one. Yeah, I know the new sensation. You you sense one in a back room.
Okay. I can't tell if it's like the one that I saw in the shop, right? It's not that accurate.
No, it's not that accurate.
Okay. I will just spend time with Isabella and make small talk with Cadet. I don't know if there's anything specific he wants to discuss.
No. Can't think of anything.
All right.
Oh crap! There was something I was gonna have. I forgot. My
Well,
brain.
that's why you have a little notepad and a pencil right next to you and go, oh, I need to talk about this.
Mm,
I used the notepad on my character sheet.
Or that.
it was when I was eating. I was like, oh, I need to. But food was more important, obviously.
Gotta have
Prior-
priorities in life.
It's all about priorities.
Right.
All right. The evening progresses. Forsyth eventually returns and heads to bed. Kadath, is there anything? But there's no. You told me no, right? There's nothing in particular you wanted to do.
No.
Okay. All right. Then you guys eventually make it to bed. In the city of Bridges, you spend the evening chatting. Kilmock does introduce you as a priestess of the Order of Truth to Maes, and you converse with him. He is not a member of the Order of Truth. He is just a mage. He is considered the mage of the council here, and he fulfills duties as what's his name seems fit. I can't. I'm not looking up his name right now. The governor or leader of the city. Actually, I think they call him captain. Honestly, they might call him captain. But
Not
yeah,
admiral.
I don't think they call him admiral. I think they call him captain. They might call him admiral, but I think they call him captain. I don't know. And now I gotta look him up. Thanks.
Well, Kirk was a captain, then he became an admiral.
Yep.
So was Browning.
All right.
Yeah.
That's how most admirals start out.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna look. Oh no, it does say in here they call him king.
King.
Yep,
Here, King.
king. King Laird.
Spell.
Laird.
All right.
Does reside in the Coral Palace. So it is King Laird.
All right.
And so he does talk the city. If you wish to stay the night, Kilmock will offer up his portion, his quarters of the Coral Palace if you wish to stay the night. Otherwise, Maes will offer his teleportation services to get you back to wherever you came from. Unless you've told Maes.
I think I would like to spend the night at the city of Bridges.
All right, so you're going to stay the night at the City of Bridges. All
Cheating
right.
on Gavin.
The thought crossed my mind.
Wait a minute.
I came from wherever Gavian's at.
So you do spend the night. The evening goes by uneventfully. It is quiet. It's quite calm, quite peaceful. You all have a very peaceful sleep, unusually peaceful. You sleep through the night. You get your long rest. Everything is restored. And you wake up in the morning to breakfast. Breakfast is served in the tavern. The three of you come down from your rooms. You do not see Evangeline still. And you have the day. What would you like to do? I imagine your connection with your mother probably ends about now.
Yeah. I would actually tell Isabella to go ahead and head down, grab some food, and I would stay in my room.
Okay.
And I would take a moment, and I would kind of clear my head and attempt to use the circlet. This time focusing on the beetle. Well, I would cast comprehend languages, and then I would do that.
You're going to use the circlet to attach to the beetle.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Did not expect you to do that.
Bingo.
All right. Okay.
It just has to be an intelligent creature, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. You feel the presence. You feel a mental presence. It's odd at first. It seems to speak some language, like there's some language kind of going on that doesn't
Do I know what
sound
it's saying?
common.
Well, I have comprehend languages going.
Well, that's true. So would you hear it that it's a different language, or would you just hear it in a language you understand?
I don't know. You tell me.
All right. Well, you're gonna hear it. Think what the. It's kind of like what is this? Who is this? It seems a little groggy, almost like you're waking it up.
Sorry to wake you. My name is Fix. What's your name?
I am known as Darling.
Can I ask you a question, darling?
Sure.
Do you remember a time when you were in the trees and were not doing the bidding of someone else?
No.
No. Have you been then? Have you belonged to Lady Gira for that long that you never were in the trees?
I have served her for many years.
Based on my accounts, it's been many hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of years.
Well, I would not call myself that old.
But are you that old?
I have served in 3 hosts.
And before that?
Before that, I do not know.
Do you enjoy serving Lady Gira?
Oh, I definitely enjoy the hosts she puts me in.
Oh, so you enjoy this?
Oh. There's a lot of learning
Hmm.
and a lot of new abilities.
What would it take to convince you to leave the host you're in now?
A new host?
Oh. Any particular host that you're looking for?
I'm sure. I'm sure the lady will provide.
I don't think she's going to be providing at this point.
I'm not so sure about that.
Do you enjoy life?
Oh, I definitely enjoy experiencing life through my hosts.
Tell you what. You leave that host you're in intact without causing her harm. And I will do my best to ensure you live a peaceful existence.
That is odd. Why would I want to live in such an existence?
Because the alternative is quite unpleasant.
Well, that could be a new adventure in and of itself, now couldn't it?
I suppose. If you consider being in a box on display, watching those around you move, and use their ability to walk and talk and freely interact with everyone while you're stuck in a
Hmm.
box just as big enough for you to move around in as an enjoyable experience from
Yeah,
now until the ending of my line.
it's not much more than what I'm doing right now.
But this is for a week. The time of the three hosts will seem fleeting comparatively.
Hmm. Who are you?
I told you, my name is Fix.
Oh. Hmm. Show me a host. And I'll think about it.
Hmm. I will, since mental images can be sent through this, right?
Hmm.
Um, hmm. Hmm. I'll display an image of Gira.
Oh, I don't think she would like that.
I never said she would.
To be fair, I'd probably die trying to possess her.
Mm, Not if I were to bring her down to the brink of death. I'm going to bring her to death either way. I can stop short and save her for you.
If she were weakened, it may be possible.
It would be the ultimate host that she'd provide for you.
Yes, it would. That is a promising host.
Imagine all of the abilities and knowledge that you would gain from somebody who has lived ages.
That she has. If you can bring me to her, and it is successful,
You will need to leave that host for me to bring you to her.
oh no, you would have to bring her to me.
That's
I do
no.
not stay outside of a host.
Have your kind lost the ability to do so?
No, but we are at our most vulnerable to do so. I will not do that.
I will protect you.
I barely know you.
Who is the person that Lady Gira has been infatuated with?
Who does she have her eyes on?
Not romantically, vengefully.
Oh, oh, that would be Lord Kofik, of course.
Yes.
You are
Lord
he.
Kofik, Fix. Trenton.
Bring her to me, and I will leave this host.
Very
Or
well.
take me to, well, or take this host to her.
I will bring her to you.
Get her broom.
Get a broom. Get a broom.
No, get her broom. Wizard of Oz.
I will not leave a host for long.
I will bring her to you.
Very well.
And with that, I will cast Dispel Magic on myself. On the spell.
To end the spell.
Yep.
We're gonna cut this. You're gonna hang up.
Yeah.
You'd have this one going forever.
All right.
And then hey Forsyth,
Yeah.
you think you could look like Gira?
I suppose I could. Do I want to?
Probably not.
I mean,
I
if she
just
finds out, she's going to be really. I might become enemy number one.
I just had a conversation with Darling.
Okay. Was she a sweetheart?
She's a scarab.
Okay. Those
She's
are
willing
buggy.
to leave Gidna if I bring Gira to her.
Okay.
I think if you change to look like Gira, we can lure it out.
Yeah, but I don't want her in me.
There's a time between when it's out of Gidna and in you that it's not in Gidna.
Okay. Sure, I know enough about her to take her form, but
Can you mimic non-organic aspects?
I have a makeup kit. I have the ability to take on any form. Let's see. It's
You
not
could
as
you could probably replicate the look of the iron flesh, but obviously it would not have any effect.
Right.
Yeah, an illusion would be the better choice. Really, that's I'll say a very huge ask because yeah, the best I have to go with that is polymorph.
Polymorph is specifically beast, I think.
Yeah,
Yep.
well, human is a beast, but
No, human is a creature.
yeah, okay. She's a beast.
There's that.
Yeah, I don't think I have the right clothing for it to take on that form. Not at this point. Let me see my inventory.
That's true. His clothes do not change, just his form.
Yeah,
Right.
He
But
needs a chameleon suit.
we can replicate the clothing.
yeah. See, here you're going to be reliant upon the yeah. If they had a tiara like I do, then you're stuck for it.
Yeah. Let's hope they don't.
You're also
Yeah.
relying on the creature, the scarab, knowing whether it's really her or not.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
why I'm going to keep them somewhat separated.
Right, but if she has a mental link to her, she may know that she's not even in the same city or something.
I'm supposed to weaken her first.
That's true.
I can bring in a unconscious body.
I mean, I can play the part if you can get the accoutrements, but I'm just not sure how well that's gonna play out. But then you guys will see me before she does, so I can take a close enough form to her, and with the right clothing, the right look, as long as someone doesn't, we'll say, look close enough, they don't have true seeing, then yeah, we should be able to pull it off. But if they have that, then you've lost all trust. They'll lose all trust in you. Is it worth that?
The scarab losing trust in me?
Yeah.
I'm concerned with getting my sister back. I'll deal with the repercussions of loss of trust with the scarab then.
Okay, just a thought.
I mean, if we're planning on killing the scarab, then what does it matter?
Were we planning on that?
I don't know.
It's, because, I mean, if that's the goal, that's one thing. If the goal is to use it, that's another. You'll lose all opportunity to use it.
Perhaps I'm willing to take
But
that chance.
it's worth, if you think it's worth the attempt, then let's go ahead and attempt it. And I will change form into what I know Garrett to look like.
Oh, well, you're not even in the
We're
same
not
city
there
right
yet.
now.
Oh, we're not in the same city. Okay.
No, yeah, you're in Farbron right now.
Okay.
Oh, I thought he had come back.
He is. He did.
I am. I'm back there, but
Yeah.
that's where we all were.
You're all well. Everybody but Evangeline is in Farbron.
Yeah.
Evangeline's
she
in the
might.
city of Bridges.
She might need to know where in the world we're going.
If you leave now, yes.
But she's not going to want to double jump either.
Yes.
That's a nauseating thing. I know we did that once. It was nasty.
In the city of Bridges, Evangeline, when you wake up, you have breakfast. He will show you, Kilmock will show you around town. Parts of this, matter of fact, a majority of this town, think like Fisher's Village, only multiplied.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's got stronger bridges, it's got wider docks, it's got a lot of small, like fishing vessels, but larger ships out further along the sea as well. He will probably take you on a tour of like a galleon and
Okay.
show you a galleon. He will,
That's what you get your milk in.
yep, and
Mine comes in a half a galleon.
Yeah,
half a galleon.
What's that?
We get ours in liters, so.
A skiff. You get yours in skiffs. All right. And you know, he'll show you around the city of Bridges. It's, you know, about lunchtime. You know, you go and you eat at some little tavern that has really good seafood. You know, but he's showing you all around the city of Bridges until you're basically like, you know, I need to go meet back up with my party at this point. At which time he will take you to Mass, and he will send you back to where you tell him to send you. So how long do you spend in the city of Bridges?
Just long enough for Kadath to get his item enchanted.
We're not connected. You can't tell me that. No.
Yeah, but we
Yeah,
would have
but
said
you
it
do
ahead of
not
time.
know where they're going to be afterwards, though.
No. Well, I do not know where they're going to be after. My guess is that they. I would
mean,
guess Key or Thresh.
Yeah, an educated
But-
guess would be like, okay, they're going to return back to Key, but
I know that it
You're
was
not
going to take
sure.
a couple of days for the enchantment.
Mhm.
So the end of that first day, I'd probably go ahead and go back to Farbron.
okay. All right. So staying only one night there then?
Yes.
Okay. All right. The day is yours. You guys have been discussing some options. You had contacted Darling. And is there anything in particular you want to do during the day while in Farbron? If not, that's fine. You just see the sights, you talk to people, you whatever.
I'm going to go to the library,
Okay.
and I'm going to research.
Oh, did you tell us about the card?
Oh, yeah, I would have told him about the card.
So which card is that?
Taking a good look at it and not really having anything to compare it to because Evangeline has everything.
Has them.
You will
She didn't
eventually be
share it
able
all.
to discover that this is, oh, okay, I wrote it here. It is actually the card Uriel. Euryale.
Uriel?
Uriel.
Hmm.
And you are going to research what in the library? Sorry.
Mount Zanlis.
Oh, Mount Zanlis. Okay. Go ahead and roll me your.
Oh, here we go.
Give me an
Rolling stuff.
investigation. I know we're like almost done with tonight's session, and this is like what, the first roll? Maybe the second roll.
I'm going to
We've
use
done-
my
we haven't done much rolling
inspiration.
at all today.
18.
18. All right. You are able to find some information about Mount Zanlis in the historical documents, basically. It's old stuff, and what you kind of learn about Mount Zanlis is the tallest peak of the Black Riage.
Okay.
And odd things happen around Mount Zanlis. Weird things happen. People kind of lose track of what's real, what's not real. Things look weird. Even the laws of physics can change around Mount Zanlis. You learn that it is believed that Mount Zanlis was created when the ancient city of Siamam was destroyed.
Okay.
And as you kind of read about a little bit, you're starting to put together some pieces that when Siamam was destroyed, it wasn't just destroyed, like, crumbled, now it's ruins. Siamam was more or less shattered. And pieces went everywhere of Siamam.
Okay.
There's a huge radius of various things that was part of Siamam at some point, or is believed to have been part of Siamam at some point, that are not centrally located.
All right. Interesting.
Is there anything in particular Kadeth or Fix is going to do? I think Fix, you told me not really.
No, right now he's spending as much time as he can with Isabella before she heads back, and
You're sightseeing.
yeah,
You're doing touristy things. Got it.
doing touristy things, shopping. You
Shopping.
did tell her that they could go shopping.
That's true. You did.
Going out to, I don't even know if there's fancy restaurants there, but if there are,
Sure.
There's one, but you're not gonna like it.
There's a 4-star restaurant here. Oh. All right. So you're spending the day touristy, hanging out with Isabella, all day date.
Yep.
Kadeth, anything in particular that you're doing?
Nope.
All right. Joy Vey will hang out with you.
Okay. And I'll see if there's anything she wants to do. We'll go hang out.
Not in particular. As evening comes, dinner comes, you see Evangeline walk into the Inky Quill with a little bit of a brisk in her step.
well, I would have felt her arrive, wouldn't I?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you would have reconnected to her very shortly before she walked into the, within a minute, she's walking in for dinner.
I'll look up at her and over the link, I'll be like, walking back in the same clothes you left. What would Gavian say?
Note the wrinkles.
I will look at him and say, He'd probably say, why do you still have those on?
Practical.
I meant if
I
I
like to
told him
travel
not
light.
if he saw you. But okay. I had a conversation with Darling.
Interesting.
It's
Very interesting.
It seems kind of evil.
Well, yeah, I would have guessed.
Well, I was hoping at least that it was more just doing bug shit. It was just doing what it was compelled to do. That it would want to return to the forest, and I could somehow get it to. But I'm gonna take it, Lady
Living in
Gira.
your sister.
It likes living in anybody. It just likes the gaining of knowledge. So I'm going to present Lady Gira to it.
I can sympathize with that.
Yeah, well, if you start trying to take people over, I'm going to have to try to kill you too then.
Well, I was thinking about...
But I'm going to take Lady Gira to it, and it said it would consider leaving my sister to go into Lady Gira.
Speaking of Lady Gear, I learned some possible interesting facts.
No, what's that?
I went to see the Amber Pope
Okay.
and asked him some questions because I was very confused about
So
the
much.
human side and how human could live that long. And he confirmed that either one, it was bestowed upon her and her sister by someone of higher power,
Hmm.
but something I haven't shared. When I was talking to her sister, and I mentioned to her that I knew they were sisters, her eyes flashed black.
Hmm.
The Amber Pope thinks that she is probably has eldritch powers,
Hmm.
probably bestowed on her by a deity or acquired in the Shadowfell.
Yeah.
So she'll be able to do things that I can do.
Yes.
Similar or completely different depending on her patron and her gifts bestowed.
And the Amber Pope took me to dinner
Hmm.
in the city of Bridges.
Here we go.
It's a very lovely place.
Scenes, world map, open. There you go. I opened the world map in Owlbear. If you guys want to get in there and see it, that's up to you.
Interesting. Anything else that we should know of your escapades?
What happens in the city of Bridges stays in the city of Bridges.
Stays in the city of Bridges.
Escapade.
Until you cross the bridge.
Uh,
Forsyth got a new card for us.
Very interesting. Do we need to put it with the rest of the cards?
Probably a good idea.
I will hand her the card.
is Zybella present while you guys are dealing with cards?
Probably.
She
Okay.
knows about them, so
Okay. I just wasn't sure. All right. When
I'm
you
also going to mention the Black Riage and the need to go there soon. To the rest.
okay, you're really quiet. I only heard a little bit of that.
He needs
Sorry.
to go to the Black Riage.
Yeah, and to Mount Zanlis at some point.
Okay.
Mind you, it's a trip to the Feywild.
I think might want to ask Shallow if that's going to be dangerous for those of us not of that kind.
Well, it's not necessarily a need for you to go with me there. She's the one recommended that I go.
Are you comfortable going on your own?
I've been on my own before. Spent most of my life on my own.
With the creatures that are going after you, that are going after us now?
I'm from that realm originally, even though I've not been there. I think I will be safer than you will.
If you say so.
And you've seen what I can do.
And
I
I've
should be
seen what
pretty
others
safe.
can do.
Yes, that's true too.
There's, I believe we are strongest as a team,
I would not disagree.
but if you feel the need to go by yourself,
I feel that I can't as easily protect you there as you can protect me here. But we will play it by ear. Maybe the opportunity for you going as a trade entourage or something of that ilk would suffice to get you through whatever difficulties might get in the way.
perhaps. Do you object with us asking Shallow? She is
Have
an Arc Fae, after
have
all.
no problem with you asking her.
Okay. Then we will discuss that with her and see if she has any concerns.
Or advice.
Well, that too.
When you pass over the card, Zybella will see and get a curious look, or not Zybella, Joy Vey. Zybella doesn't know. Joy Vey would get a curious look, and she'll say that has the symbol of Sahanin.
Wahai?
Sahanin. Oh, you're going to ask me how to spell it, aren't you?
I am.
I don't know. Let me get to it, and I'll tell you. Sahanin is spelled Sehanine. N as in Nancy. Sahanin. She says that is an elven goddess of moonlight.
Most of the elves I'd known thought they were the. Well, anyway,
Um, she is she's a good god. Bit chaotic, but she means well. What exactly does this card mean that you will be doing? Do you know? Are you aware? Or is it just kind of a stumble upon, yep, we did a thing?
We usually have to figure out as we go.
Little bit of
Sometimes we're
guesswork.
solving a problem. Sometimes we're
Stumbling.
stumbling through stuff.
okay, I should
Sometimes we have
reveal
to kill
this.
someone.
I should drop the other shoe on this. The fact is, this is something I need to find and deal with in the Feywild. There, you could definitely be of help because it is an evil there that needs to be vanquished.
That is what to do this card.
Yes, the picture on the card is that which needs dealing with.
Yes,
Well,
the
that's more information than we usually have when we start.
Yeah.
And then sometimes we complete cards like the moon card and we don't even know what we did.
Yep.
But this,
You don't even know what you did.
but
It's
this
great.
is my
Love it.
This is my task. If you want to assist me with it, it's been given to me to take care of.
Oh,
Well, of course,
to be
we'll
fair,
assist
the
you.
cards have been handed to each of us at different times. Kind of what we've all been tasked to do.
Right. But since it is the Feywild, it falls on me more than on you.
Does that mean that if it's here in the material plane, it falls on us more than it does on you?
I think that means that sometimes, as with the Vizier card, the particular god, I think, sometimes has a particular one in mind. But we
I
all
will
work
probably
together.
need all. Yeah, I will probably need all the help I can get to uh, re- resolve the issue here. But and as you say, we work as a team. But there are times in every team where an individual needs to step forward and handle something. So, as you say, we can talk to Shallow and find out more information. But she is the one that tasked me with this.
Okay. Well, then to Shallows we go.
All
We're
right.
off to see the wizard.
The wonderful Wizard of Farbron.
As we're walking along
The Yellow Brick Road.
through the telepathic link, I will tell them that the Order of Truth has been studying the Ichor from Hidden Naresh. And they believe this is the, I don't know how you said it. Anyway, the primordial state,
It is the biological
biological
aspect
aspect of the nanites
of the nanites, because the nanites are biology and machine
together.
together. The black ichor is the biological.
Interesting.
It is possible the nanites that attached to Gavian did so of their own accord. And the Amber Pope thinks that possibly, or more appropriate, probably, were programmed. And for whatever reason, they couldn't complete their programming until they were released out of my bag. And I do believe they have the same programming as Garrus Iron Flesh. Which could prove advantage or disadvantage if Gavian ever gets in a tussle with her.
Perhaps.
There could be a connection between the nanites that compose her iron flesh and the nanites that are imposing or growing on Gavian.
Hmm.
So, do you visit Zybella this evening or wait till morning? Because it's dinner. It's after
Oh, I
guys
thought
have
it
had
was
dinner.
this evening.
Is it Zybella with us?
Yeah.
Oh, did
Do you
I
mean
say
shallow?
Zybella? I meant shallow. Yeah.
I knew what you meant.
I meant shallow. All right. So you are going to head to Shallows this evening and to talk to her some more about this card and a trip to the Feywild, a possible trip to the Feywild. And I think that is where we're going to end tonight's session. So, because it is 20 till 10. And, well, AZ time anyway. And so that's where we're going to end tonight's session. And thank you for those of you who are watching. I know there was no combat and very little even die rolling. This was a lot of role play and talking through some issues and gathering some more information and regrouping. Imagine that. I think I named this one accurately. So,
First time for everything.
I know there's a first time for everything. So, thank you for watching. Be sure to check out our website, dndaddjokes.com. That is where we were going to put all of our upcoming events, things like that. River City Steampunk Expo. I always want to flip those around. River City Steampunk Expo is where we're going to be this weekend.
Did you know that Brisbane is called the River City?
The River City. River City? Right here in River City.
Yeah.
We got trouble.
Yeah.
With the
Got a lot
capital
of that.
T.
That rhymes with P.
That stands for pool.
Sorry. Our musicals are coming out. All right. So check out our website on the upcoming events. You can click the link and it will take you to their website where you can buy tickets and just come check it out. Rhonda and I both will be there.
It's their first year.
Yeah.
This is the first one. So
it'll be a lot of fun.
In my neck of the woods, come check it out.
So check that out. And be sure to subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so you know when we're live, and leave a comment, share the video. And again, next week, be a little flexible. We may or may not be able to stream. Cross our fingers that technology works in our favor.
And the week after that, we might.
And arthritis doesn't.
I didn't hear what Chuck said.
I didn't hear that either.
There's a possibility that the week after we might be late.
Oh yeah, that's true. The week after we might be just a little late. We're still coming home. Actually, no, we should be home.
We should be home in time, but it all depends on traffic.
It all depends on traffic. So we should be home.
Okay.
But we'll see. So check out our website. Check out all of our social media links. If you are not following us on YouTube or all of our other social media links, do so, please, because we want you to.
And that's a good enough reason.
That's a good enough reason.
Because it makes us happy.
It makes us happy.
And you don't want me unhappy.
I will have to pull out my angry eyes.
Angry eyes?
We got to get off of here. It's late. We're all tired.
I'm doing all right.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.